Hey guys, I was going to change my shirt for you so you thought that I was making videos at different times, but really I'm making them back to back because everybody's sleeping right now and it's quiet and I can make videos for you right now. So, and you guys, besides, you guys said you love videos, so that's why I'm doing them. And I'm sorry, I tend to ramble a lot, so please bear with me. And like I said, this is my first time ever doing this type of a group, so I'm a little nervous, but okay, so today in this video, we're going to talk about what I do every day as a coach. I say it's simple because it's simple to me. It's a habit now. I've been doing it for consistently for probably 6 months to a year. I've been a coach for 2 years, as I've mentioned before, and what I do each day, it just kind of comes second nature to me because it's helping. I can't stress enough. It's just helping people. It's not like, here, buy this stuff from me and I hope it works for you. It's about helping. So first thing I'll talk to you about, and I'll try to work on my ums because I watched like a little spot on my other video and it was really annoying. So I will try to work on my ums. And I'll probably replace them with some other weird word. I did take a speech class once too, so I should be better at this, but anyway, so the first thing that I do every day is I post in my challenge group. I think I mentioned this before that I want to be the first thing that they see when they wake up. I want to be that motivation. I want to be that spark, that thing that like gets you going, because I think that makes a huge difference for your day. It just sets the tone for your day, and it also it's encouraging. It's encouraging for me to post it. It's motivating for me to post it. So I love doing that. I'm not a crap. I said Anyway, I'm not a morning person, but there are some really awesome apps and websites and things that I've used to I almost said it again, to post about 6:30 in the morning because I'm not usually up that early. So what I do is I do my post at night when I'm laying in bed, and I fix it up. I find a really awesome picture. Usually I'll search for hashtags on Instagram, anything that's motivating for me, or that I think is really inspiring, or something that we've been talking about in the group a lot. So I will find a picture and I will save it and I will set it to post at 6:30 a.m. It's that easy. And I say a few words because I think it means more if you say something. It's really that simple. So that's kind of my first post. Then I also post probably 2 to 3 more times a day in my challenge group. So I have a midday post that's kind of an engaging post because I want people to get interested and involved in what's going on. I don't want you just to be sitting there and watching, because it's really important that you're engaged and that you're participating, because your posts are also motivating other people to post. So trying to work on those ums. So that's kind of our midday post. And then in the evening, sometimes I post a couple other things. Sometimes I'll post several times a day, like some tips and tricks and recipes. But I have a very specific time, which we actually talked about in my most recent group, was identifying a good time for the daily accountability. So at 7 p.m. every day I have it set to post your daily accountability. So you get to post what you ate that day. If you're on the 21-day fixed plan, then you can do your containers, and you can post that. We also talk about non-scale victories because those are the most fun things to read. I love reading your non-scale victories, and I think it's really important to identify something positive that happened that day that has nothing to do with the scale, and it doesn't even have to have anything to do with fitness or your food or health. It's just something that's great that happened that day. So we have that. We also have how much water you got in, if you drank your Shakeology, and then we also have a post about your push. Like, what did you do to push yourself? It's a little bit different than a non-scale victory because we're talking about pushing yourself. Like, what did you do? Did you walk an extra 10 steps today? Or did you check your pedometer or your Fitbit to make sure that you hit your, 10,000 steps, which, who does that? I don't do that. I try, well, especially not now with a broken leg, but whatever. So that's kind of the push. That's the daily accountability. And that, I think, is a really, really huge piece of the groups. I've done this for a long time, and it seems like that's what gets people going, because I read everything that you're eating. So I'm going to know if you had cookies. And it's okay if you did, but we're trying to just minimize that so you'll feel better. So it's just an accountability post. You need that. You need someone to hold you accountable, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm not really mean about it. I'm not going to call you out and be like, hey, fatty, why did you eat those chips today or something? seriously, I have veggie straws in front of me right now. I just ate those before this. So seriously, I don't judge people, but I do want you to know that I do read them. And if you are struggling with areas and you do reach out to me, like you're not hitting certain goals, then that's something that we'll dive into a little bit more and kind of really, really hone in on what you're eating, and we can talk about that a little bit more. So that's kind of what I do in a challenge group every day. Now, what I do to get people involved is I message them. I send them private messages. I love to get private messages. If somebody's going to send me a private message and say, hey, I have this awesome jewelry party coming up. It's got beautiful pieces. I don't really think that there's a couple things that would look really great on you. I would be like, oh my gosh, you paid attention to me. Thank you. Yeah, let me check my schedule and I might go. I mean, that's awesome. Thank you for taking the time. Now, one thing that you need to know is you have to be genuine about it. You can't just be like, okay, she has red hair, so probably something green, give her that kind of Irish spin or something. No, go and look at their page and see what they're doing. Like, just get involved and get interested in what they're doing. That's just, dang it, that's just something that I try to do. I think it's important to know who you're reaching out to, and it's just more intimate, it's more personal, and it's just what was happened to me, and so that's what made me feel good. And like I said, when someone, even if you sell makeup or something, if you say, I love the way you do your mascara, I have this new 3D fiber lashes, which I think is the whole unique thing that's really going on right now. Have you tried them before? Because I think you'd really love them when you go out at parties. You look so awesome. That's kind of an example of something that I would share. Now, I do it completely different because it's based around wellness and health, but I'm just trying to give you examples of kind of what I post about. So yes, I do private message people. I think out of probably, let's just take a guess. Out of 1,000 messages I've sent in the last 2 years, I had 2 people who responded negatively. Who cares? That's their problem, because in all honesty, who doesn't need to get a little bit healthier? I mean, if you're doing fitness competitions, I guarantee you could use a little bit of extra support. If you're, the beefiest dude out there, I guarantee you could use a little bit more support or accountability or just somebody to talk to. It's just a like-minded group of people. So that's kind of a little bit more about what I do every day. So yes, like I said, I do send people private messages, or sometimes I'll post on their Facebook wall or things like that. So that's kind of one thing that I do. That's a couple things that I do every day to get in touch with people. My challenge groups are definitely where I like to work with people the most. I think you get the most benefit out of challenge groups. I do work with a few people individually on Instagram, but it's a little bit different because it's not like public or anything, so it's more in an individual message and a private message. But my grocery lady, she's in my Instagram group, so we chat back and forth a lot. So that just makes it a little bit easier. And I do a lot more stuff on my computer too, because I can type faster than I can text on my phone. But I also do use the voice recognition talk to text, which you'll know because I'll have misspellings and I'll say really random and weird things. So you can see when I'm talking to text. But, it's all about just reaching out to people and supporting people. If somebody sends me a message and is like, tell me more, I'm going to tell you more. I'm going to ask questions about you and what you want to do and what your goals are. So that's just kind of a little bit about what I do. I can dive into more if you guys are a little bit interested in hearing more about that. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to leave it there because I don't want to overwhelm you guys or, make anybody confused or anything like that, because it's really, really a simple process, but I'm an overthinker, so I don't want my other fellow overthinkers to overthink. So I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks.